A small passenger plane carrying 8 strangers is rerouted from its flight path. Below them lies the Amazon, hundreds of miles of dense, unbroken canopy. Both the GPS and radio systems fail simultaneously. Realizing this isn't a mechanical glitch, the pilot records a final cryptic video on his phone, warning of a conspiracy before the plane begins its descent. The crash landing is devastating, leaving the group stranded deep within the rainforest. The flight attendant dies on impact, and the pilot is left impaled through the chest by tree branches. The pilot is the only one who knows why the plane was sabotaged, but he never gets the chance to speak. During the first night, someone quietly suffocates him as the others sleep. The crash was just the beginning. The survivors are now trapped in a natural, locked room, realizing that the person responsible for the sabotage is standing right next to them. None of these passengers are who they claim to be. The group includes an undercover reporter, an ex-convict, and an investigator, each one hiding a past that makes them a suspect. They find a brief window of hope when Carlos, a professional wrestler, reveals he learned electrical repair from his father. He successfully restores a salvaged GPS device. That hope is short-lived. The moment the group looks away, the internal connection is severed, ensuring the rescue signal never reaches the outside world. The killer then targets Carlos directly. He is found the next morning with a knife in his chest, his own wrestling mask pulled over his face as a grim trophy. It's now clear that the jungle isn't the primary threat. Every step the survivors take toward escape is being systematically anticipated and erased by an insider. Desperate for food, the group discovers a patch of bright blue mushrooms near a pond. They are warned immediately. These are lethal, causing total organ failure within hours. The killer sees an opportunity. That evening, a handful of the toxic mushrooms are crushed and slipped into David's dinner, killing him by dawn. Lisa remembers the night she pulled David aside to whisper her theory that the pilot had been suffocated. Seeing David die in the same manner confirms her fear. Someone was listening from the brush. During a massive tropical storm, the plane's structure finally gives way. The roof collapses, and heavy duffel bags come plummeting downward into the cabin. The bags burst open to reveal millions of dollars worth of pure narcotics. The airline was using these small passenger flights as a front for a massive smuggling operation. This wasn't a random accident. The crash was a calculated move to hijack the payload, and the killer is now eliminating every witness who saw the drugs. The discovery of the drugs destroys the last of the group's morale. Paranoia takes over as they launch a desperate hunt for the cartel's inside man. The suspicion falls on Jack. A search of his bag reveals a high-end satellite phone and a stash of stolen bullets, appearing as though he's been coordinating with the cartel all along. Dr. Kevin loses his restraint. He ties Jack to a tree and begins a brutal interrogation, using his medical knowledge to inflict pain in an attempt to get the phone's password. The real killer has achieved the ultimate manipulation. They have turned the survivors into torturers, forcing them to do the dirty work of breaking an innocent man. The survivors don't know that Jack is actually a deep-cover federal agent. Back in the States, his wife is currently leading a task force that is dismantling the cartel's entire hierarchy. Christy notices the satellite phone found in Jack's bag is perfectly clean, while the rest of his gear is caked in red jungle mud. Realizing the device was recently planted, she secretly cuts his ropes. Panic erupts as Danny and Amy attempt to flee the camp. They only make it a few dozen yards into the trees before they are gunned down by a shooter hidden in the darkness. Of the original 8, only 3 remain alive in the mud: Christy, Dr. Kevin, and the wounded Jack. A rescue team is finally closing in on their location, but as they arrive, the most terrifying fact remains. The mastermind behind the 6 murders is one of the 3 people still standing.